What is up, everyone? It's Hunter here, back with another video after what I'm assuming was a ton of botched transitions and a horrible intro. I'm on my way to school. It's the first official week of med school. So, morning routine. I got up at approximately 5:11 a.m. this morning. Don't ask me why 5:11, that's just when it happened. Honestly, I set my alarm for 10 to 5, might have snoozed a little bit. Ended up getting up at 5:11. Went to the office and started sipping on some pre-workout while I did my Anki cards. I had previewed a couple lectures yesterday and started some Anki, so I think I had about 120 cards. Took me about 15 minutes, wasn't too bad, pretty easy content. And then we went down to the garage gym and got the squats in. So Marin is trying to work out with me as much as possible, but she doesn't care to squat 500 pounds. So I let her sleep in while I got my squats in this morning. And then at about 6 o'clock, I went upstairs, woke her up, said I have 2 sets left, and I fed the dogs, let them do their business. And then Marin and I went to the apartment gym and knocked out a nice little push workout, finished it up with some bench press in the gym, in the garage gym. Then we showered up, got dressed, and now we are headed to class number 1. Unfortunately for us, our school decided not to release any of our classes to us until the day that they start. So today is the first day of OMM, or osteopathic manual medicine. And I have no idea what to expect because I wasn't able to preview it. I read a chapter in our book and watched a couple videos, so I have a little bit of an idea of what the concept of OMM is, but I have no idea what they plan to teach us today in class. So first 2 blocks, 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. are OMM, and then followed up with another class we haven't had yet, clinical medicine, and topping it off before lunchtime with a gross anatomy lecture. So I'm currently late. I'm late for being early. I would ideally show up 15 minutes early to class. Right now I'm on pace to be about 7 minutes early. It is what it is. So I'm probably gonna check in with you guys around lunchtime once those 4 lectures are over, and we'll see how the day's going. I also wanna give a quick shout out to my future mother-in-law, Julie. Got these pants for my birthday from this company called American Tall. As a tall guy, I know it's very hard to find pants that fit. 34, 36, 34 for the thighs, 36 for the length. 34 is actually the waist. I would wear a 32, but 32s don't fit my thighs. So thanks, Julie. These pants rock. We'll see you after class. All right, I'm back. Today was actually like our first true day of classes. We, last week, as I mentioned before, it was just kind of orientation type stuff. So today we actually had some lectures. After our first 4 lectures before lunch, we took a lunch break. We had 1 hour, and then we had kind of an introductory and what to expect in our anatomy lab course. That lasted about an hour and a half, and then I kind of have a study group already. So we went to the library and found a room and started working on lectures for the rest of the week. And then from 5 to about 6:30 today, there was an event put on by one of the groups on campus called Meet the Faculty. So we went and had dinner with some of the faculty. It was really informal, played some different like minute to win it style games, and just kind of hung out with the faculty for an hour and a half. Just got home, gonna play with the dogs a little bit, might take them for a walk, and then get back to the books while Marin goes out with the ladies for Bachelorette tonight. I'm so glad she can entertain herself. All right, so there I just watched a video, unsuspended some Anki cards. These are for the lecture that I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, or 2 of my anatomy lectures actually. They are on embryology, which I'm not a huge fan on. I didn't do great on it the last couple times I've seen it, so I'm trying to get ahead of the game here. It's just tough stuff because like with normal anatomy, you can kind of like generally picture it, you know, in front of you, what you look like, that's anatomy. But with embryology, it's just this foreign thinking of, you know, what happened before you became your final form. and it's just very hard to visualize and conceptualize, and there's a lot of very specific numbers and time frames to memorize. So just trying to get ahead of the game. I'm probably going to spend, it's about 7:40. I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning, have pretty much been being productive since then, except for maybe that hour and a half for dinner. I'm probably going to spend another hour on this and then call it a day. It's a great first day. Yeah, we had 4 lectures this morning, which means that we still have 16 lectures for the rest of the week. Yikes. So far it's going pretty good though. We've got a good study group going. I might go over my study plan in next week's vlog, depending on how this week goes. It's probably going to change. But we're probably going to call it a night here, and we will check in with you in the morning. Okay, so it's still before 6 a.m. I've only done 90 cards. It took about 20 minutes. We're done with everything that's due for the day. I can tell that I need to work on some things with implantation, part of the embryologic process. So I'm going to watch a couple videos on that. Get Marin up at 6:30 for a run, and then we have class at 8 this morning. I also found an extension for Chrome that allows me to watch YouTube videos at triple speed, which is super clutch. Well, this menace had Marin up a little early, so we're going to go for our run at 6:15 instead of 6:30. And the plan is to do 6 100-meter sprints after a little warm-up. All right, we just pulled up to school. The run went really well with Marin. It was just quick, speed workout, essentially. Just trying to get some pace down, and it went well. Got showered up. Marin made me a smoothie, which is delicious. And now we have 2 classes in our, I believe it's physician profession class. Introductory lectures, basic stuff, and then we have 2 anatomy lectures, so I'm going to test not going to class and just study in the library during that time instead. And then we're done for the day, so it's a pretty quick one today. Excited to just get into some study habits and then hang out with some guys after class. All right, we had a slight change of plans. It's now 12:20. I'm heading home. So I went to my first 2 lectures. Those 2 were required. That was that physician as a professional, something like that class. It's a combination of a bunch of different things, including like ethics and things like that. So it was 2 very introductory lectures. One just kind of talked about what we were going to expect in the class, a little bit about, how we perceive ourselves as physicians and the way that we want to practice and things like that. And then there were 2 embryology lectures in anatomy that were not required. I plan on watching them this afternoon with my new Chrome extension that lets me watch at triple speed. So during those 2 lectures, I just sat out in just like a communal space and went through some material for tomorrow and started doing some Anki cards for that. So now I'm headed home and going to have lunch with Marin before we get back at it. And I think there's a couple packages waiting for me at home. Okay, we're gonna do a little unboxing video. We got 3 packages from Amazon, and I don't remember what I ordered, but most of it is required things for class, so it seems relevant to do on video. First up, we got a little clear pencil box. So this is going to be for anatomy lab to put all of my dissection tools in. Oh, this is my otoscope and ophthalmoscope. So you shouldn't have dropped this box, because this is probably the most expensive item of all of them.
Well, I tried to grab it with one hand because we were trying to get out the door to go run around. So basically...
So we got this Welch Allen case with otoscope and ophthalmoscope. Now my bookstore does have a package that everyone could purchase, but I decided to go through Amazon because I could get everything a little bit cheaper, and I have the Amazon credit card, so I was able to get 5% back on this giant purchase. Okay, now this one isn't quite school related, but it's so that I can study, which is just a little monitor dock so that I can just plug my computer in with one USB to my dual monitor setup. So rather than plugging in the headphone jack, 2 HDMIs, and the charging cable. It's just charging cable and one USB port.
That's what you do right now?
What? Yeah. I plug in like 5 cables every time I put my computer on my desk.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So then we've got the Litzman Cardiology 4 stethoscope, and then a little Rosenbaum pocket eye chart. I don't think we actually need the knife for these. Woo! This is a nice little cardboard cut. Cuts self with cardboard rather than knife. Then we got a lab coat. This is for anatomy lab. We have to have a lab coat to protect our clothing and selves when we're doing our dissections. What else we got? So we got a bunch of alcohol wipes to clean the dissection tools. I got some more chargers for my iPad so that I can leave one at home and just have one in my backpack all the time. We've got a little cloth tape measure here. Oh, and it's black. That's fun. We got some pen lights. Now, all of these items were part of a diagnostic kit that is required from my school. Now, I would have said that they should have just included the cost of this in our tuition, just given everyone the same thing and just handed us a box of stuff on our first day. But we were responsible for selecting and purchasing everything, which has been factored into our loans anyways, but it just would have been a whole lot easier if they would have just done it for us. And we got some tuning forks for checking different cranial nerve functions. We have 3 different frequencies here. School only requires 2, but the 3-pack was the same price as the 2-pack. What else? We got some gloves for lab. For some reason they don't provide them. Yeah, my big within Des Moines gave me a box of gloves. They were small, so I wasn't gonna use them. But Friday night we went out with some friends, and when we came back, the dogs had gloves all over the office, and they just shredded them. So now we have some gloves that we're gonna keep away from the dogs. We got some disposable scalpels for lab. Here we've got a sphygmomanometer with an adult and pediatric cuff doing blood pressures. And then the same company has a pretty sweet reflex hammer. And then lastly, we have some face shields for anatomy lab. And that was Christmas in August. Now back to studying. All right, we are up and at 'em. It's a little bit after 5. I'm gonna hop into the garage and start the squats, let Marin sleep a little longer, and then we'll go wake her up, go get in the rest of the workout. All right, we finished up the squats for the morning. I think we did have 3x5 at 345 pounds. Now it's time to go wake up Marin, and we're gonna go up to the little apartment gym and do a back workout, like a pull workout. All right, so our apartment is like a few buildings away from this little gym, so we get in a little run. It's probably like 300 meters, maybe tops. So just a little jog in over here. And then to start pull day, we do some little activation band pull aparts, just do 2 sets of 20 there. If you guys want me to share the workouts that we're doing, comment below, and I might just put like a website together or something to be able to share some different workout ideas and maybe blog posts, who knows. And here we got a couple sets of straight arm press downs. This is a great one to activate the lats right up here. All right, so then we do some bicep curls. So this is a very good beginner style push-pull legs program. And each of these workouts is very quick. We're talking like 35 to 45 minutes in the gym. Okay, so I call these reverse workouts. This is by no means my own invention or anything, but you start with the accessories and then hit these compound movements at the end of the workout. And by doing that, your accessory muscles are fatigued, and it forces you to just really focus on the movement rather than slinging around as heavy of a weight as possible. And then you can get some really good muscle contractions and have for a really good workout. All right, we got the morning smoothie slash post-workout smoothie. Recipe is going to be, I think, this corner right here, last video. This morning we only have 2 required OMM lectures, so I'm here at 8 and probably gonna leave campus around 10. And then we'll be studying at home for the day. All right, it is 12:30 now, so I got home around like 10:20, chatted with Marin for a little bit, and then got back to the grind. So we got through some Anki cards, did some practice questions for the embryology stuff that we covered yesterday, and then I made some Anki cards for some lectures that we didn't already have cards for. Got through those, did a little bit of just like miscellaneous stuff, a couple emails and things like that. So now I'm gonna go have lunch, and then after lunch, I'm going to watch the lectures that I didn't go to this morning, triple speed for sure. And then I'm gonna start doing pre-work for tomorrow's stuff. If you don't have a Pizza Pizzaz, this wonderfully great appliance, you need to go get one now. Like, pause this video, go to the first link in the description, and buy a Pizza Pizzaz. There's that perfectly cooked pizza, 16 minutes, don't have to preheat the oven or anything. The Pizzaz is a game changer, I'm telling you. And it can do like nachos, you can do pizza rolls, basically anything that you would microwave from frozen, you can cook on the Pizzaz. Also, Jack's Pizza, if you've never had it, go to Walmart, get yourself one. I don't care what the Barstool president says, it's my favorite. So we're gonna crush this whole pizza and then see if Marin's home yet. We'll take the dogs for a walk for the little lunchtime playtime, and then get back to the grind. I would say my typical goal would be to get done with studying as early in the day as possible so that I can enjoy the evening with Marin. But with this super nice weather that we're having, we're gonna go hang out by the pool. But I did bring my iPad so I could do some reading and get something done. All right, I'm currently heading back to campus now because there is a ultrasound clinic put on by 2 of the different clubs that I'm joining, and they invited a professor to come and show us some ultrasound stuff. So I figured it would be a good opportunity to learn a new skill and kind of see some more things that the university is offering. So I'm on my way to do that now for an hour before I go back home for dinner and continue studying. All right, it is now Thursday afternoon, about 4 o'clock. I kind of realized that if I start filming absolutely every single thing I do, these weekly vlogs are gonna be like an hour long. So I didn't film anything after our ultrasound clinic last night. It was pretty fun. I was the subject in my group and we just kind of went through some different ultrasound sites around the torso, looked at different structures, which was pretty cool. I'd never really used one before. And then when I got home, I studied and I started contemplating my study strategies, and I was up late because after 3 days, have decided I'm changing things already, and we'll probably be changing things again. But then this morning I had 2 OMM lectures and then 2 clinical medicine lectures. So OMM, we just went through the different practice techniques that we could use, and then clinical medicine is a class where we basically learn how to be a doctor. So it's a very exciting class. It's basically like what we are going to do every time we see a patient. So today we went through SOAP notes, which are basically just how you chart your interaction with a patient, and as well as like how you have an interaction with a patient. So that was really cool. Got home around noon after those 4 lectures, and Marin was heading out of town, so I said goodbye to her, and then I took a nap because I needed it. It's been 4 days of waking up at about 5 a.m. and I was just pretty exhausted. We also went for a run this morning, Marin and I, about 20 minutes, which was awesome. And now I'm back at it. So I've been watching videos, doing Anki. I don't know if you can see over on this screen here, I have Notion pulled up where I'm keeping track of all of my lectures. So this is my OMM class board here where we went through the 2 treatment style lectures this morning. So if I open up that page here, I've got objectives and practice questions from the lecture that I kind of wrote as I was sitting in the lecture. So now I'm going to go through and make some Anki cards for these previous lectures. The way that I'd said that I've changed my study strategies, I had originally thought I was going to use a pre-made deck, and this is an Anki deck for those that aren't familiar. And I was going through this deck and I did not like the cards that were made. So now I'm going to be making my own cards, and I know it's going to take more time, but it's another pass at the material, and hopefully having cards that I made won't make me frustrated when I'm going through the cards and thinking, wow, this card is horrible. So now I'm making my own. I'm going to be doing that for all of this week's lectures. So I feel a little bit behind as I'm trying to catch up on making these Anki cards, but I know in the long run, the material is going to stick a whole lot better when I have a deck that I actually like. So I'm going to be making Anki cards and then previewing the material for tomorrow. But that's about it for today. There's not much going on, so I just wanted to do one single check-in for the day rather than kind of filming everything throughout the day. So we've got one last day of my first week tomorrow. Next week, I believe I'm going to film an apartment tour, so you guys can see kind of this whole setup that I'm sitting at as well as the rest of the apartment. So we will see you tomorrow, Friday. For school today, I can't decide. Should I wear my shirt up or down, or up or down, or possibly tucked in? Comment down below if you get the movie reference. With Marin out of town, I have to fend for myself. She should be proud I made the bed. You can see Kaya's hiding back in there between the pillows. But I made my smoothie and now it's off to school. Last day of the first week. What's up, everyone? All right, so as I stated in my last video, which I think I already linked somewhere, but if not, it's right here. In my last video, I stated that we were going to be cognizant of what's going on. And as of yesterday, the county that my school is in went from a moderate transmission area to a high transmission area. So that means these bad boys are back whenever we're inside with a bunch of people. But I'm outside and I'm hot, so I'm gonna take it off. But that's a wrap. Week one is done. I'm not done, but classes are over. We just went and shot some basketball after our last lecture of the week, which, as you can tell, I'm still in, button up. And for those that were curious, I went with the tucked in look. So I'm gonna go home, let the dogs out, eat lunch, and then get back to studying before chillax for the weekend. All right, so I got home and cooled off, got changed, and now I'm gonna have a little lunch. So we've got a spinach tortilla wrap, got some ham and turkey, pepper jack cheese, some spinach in there with a little yum yum sauce. Got a nice little Gatorade, definitely got dehydrated playing basketball, some string cheese, and then we found these little snack cheeses. Big fan of cheese. So we got pepper jack and some Monterey Jack here. So I'm gonna get these down, take the dog for a walk, and then study for a couple hours this afternoon. That'll be it. So you guys stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one.